So I've sent out 300 cold video audits, and here are the 5 things that I learned. Number 1 is deliverability is key. Back in the day when I was just starting to do cold video audits, I would just shoot the audit, I would learn a ton about the prospect, I would include that in my audit to just make it so much more powerful. And then once I had recorded a 15-20 minute, potentially even 20-minute video audit, then I would look for their email address, then I would look for the ways that I could reach them. Most of the times I was able to reach them, but a lot of the cases I would only be able to get just a very poor email, like a hello@business.com, or someone from the company that was not the CEO or the decision maker. It seems pretty obvious, but it was honestly so annoying, and this happened quite a few times. I would just find a perfect fit for the agency, and then obviously I would think, yeah, sure, I'm going to be able to reach them. There's obviously going to be a way to reach the decision maker, but in many cases that wasn't the case. And if you're doing that, you're running the risk of all the work that you put into the audit not actually turning out. Especially because in the audit, I usually made reference to the decision maker and some of the people that started the brand. For example, the founder board or the founder group. And if I wasn't able to send it to the founder, the impact of the video audit, the quality of the video audit would be just drastically reduced. And it wouldn't be as impactful. So the first thing that you want to keep in mind is, as much as it's important to make an incredible video audit, it's almost as important to make sure that you have the right email, the right point of contact to actually send the video audit. And you want to make sure that you have that before you send out the video audit. At this point, if I'm doing a cold video audit, I'll be talking about that in just a second, but it's not often that I do a cold video audit at this point. But if I am doing a cold video audit, I want to make sure that the time I'm putting into the audits, which might be around, total of 30 minutes, the prepping plus the recording, etc., I want to make sure that that time is really well invested and that I'm going to be able to send out this video audit and actually have it open. And so that is the first thing that I want you guys to keep in mind. Deliverability is absolutely key. Number 2 is the thumbnail is everything. Obviously I'm exaggerating a bit there, but if you're a YouTuber, if you're a content creator, you might already be familiar with just how important the thumbnail of a video, of a piece of content is, right? It's what's actually going to get someone to click on the video. Even for my content, and in my case, as well as for a lot of YouTubers that I know, will throw just a bit of a clickbaity title, something that will catch your attention that might not be exactly about the video. It's just aimed to get people to click on the video, to consume the incredibly valuable content in the video and impact the lives of more people. So often I'll see people that are actually doing things very well get a bit of stick for their clickbaity titles. But the thing is, if you don't have clickbaity thumbnail, or if you don't have a clickbaity title, then people won't actually click on the video and they won't be able to consume the incredibly valuable knowledge that you may have in that video that could impact their lives. And so you have to meet people where they're at, and really a good thumbnail does that. And so for cold video audits, we're not trying to make this incredibly curated thumbnail in Photoshop or something like that. It's actually very, very simple. It actually took me way too long to realize this, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that the first frame of the video is their website. The reason why this didn't come as naturally to me back in the days is because I just assumed that people would just know that this is not like a canned video audit, right? Because they could clearly see, the document that I've created for them on the thumbnail, right? And so that is the way I used to do it. I would just start with a document that I'd written with some of the bullet points that I would be covering in that video. The problem that I realized that caused was the fact that they probably thought that was canned, because really there wasn't a great way to differentiate the fact that this was personalized and specifically tailored to them, and that I'd taken 20 minutes of my time to put this audit together for them, right? And so what I decided to do is I decided to start the video audit on their website. And it won't just be the first frame. I would actually start the introduction, introduce myself, my agency, what I do, and how I found them, etc., etc. I would do all that on their website, and that would just straight away tell them that, hey, this is specifically for you. And that, without watching the video, would just tell them straight away that this was actually for them. And so that's just a little tiny hack, but honestly, it increased my conversions by a ton when I implemented it. Number 3 is a warm video audit. It's much better than a cold video audit. This is kind of obvious, but a lot of people don't implement it, and it honestly skyrocketed my conversions when I started implementing this. First of all, there will be a space for just very cold video audits, and I'll be covering that in just a second. But what I can tell you is my conversions with the video audits and my views on the video audits skyrocketed when there were actually a bit of warmer video audits, right? What that means is, before I send out the video audit, I already knew the prospect that I was going to be sending out the video audit to. But what I did is I started building a relationship with this prospect. What I'm saying here is, for example, add them as a connection on LinkedIn. Send them a few messages. If they're posting on LinkedIn, really engage with their content. Send them an email, just completely non-salesy email, right? For example, congratulating them on something that they've done. Engage with them, watch their Instagram stories, react to their Instagram stories, just build a bit of an online relationship, ideally slide into their DMs and really just have that conversation before sending out the video audit. Because when you transition into the, hey, I've made you a video audit and here's what I cover and here is how it's of incredible value to your business, when you actually transition to that, the conversion that you're going to get on that video audit is going to be much higher because you've already built that relationship. You're already in their messages and they're definitely going to see that video audit. All they have to do is click on it and then actually watch the video audit, and you're going to get much better conversions from that than just going to a cold prospect and then trying to get them to watch a video audit that you put together for them. And so honestly, what I can tell you is warm video audits are so much better than cold video audits. And so try to build those relationships with those prospects that you're going to be reaching out to anyways before you send out the audit. That's going to make the conversions go through the roof. The fourth thing is the right expectations. Go into a cold video audit with the right expectations. This is more of a mindset shift than anything else that worked tremendously well for me, but also has a practical aspect to it. At this point in my journey, my agency journey, yes, I have a lot more social proof. Yes, I have a lot more authority. I've built more brand, which definitely took a bit of time. But the way I still approach my cold video audits is I deem them as sunk cost. What that means is I'm going to do everything in my power to get them viewed. I'm going to follow up with them. I'm going to make sure that I've built those relationships before. I'm going to make sure that this is actually of interest to them. I'm going to make sure that the thumbnail is on point, that everything is just on point. But if they don't watch it, it's a sunk cost. So I'm not even expecting them to watch it. If they don't watch it, that is completely fine because that is what I expected in the first place. And so how does this actually help you? The way it helps you is you're going to be sending out fewer cold video audits, spending more time building those relationships and getting to the point where there can be warm audits. And when you send out cold video audits, actually make sure that you are going for bigger companies that actually reignite your passion. The reason why I say that is because it's already a sunk cost, right? And so if they don't watch it, that's completely fine. But let's just say that one of the companies from 20 video audits that you've sent, cold video audits that you've sent, actually watch it and reply to you and book in a call. That company not only ignites your passion, but it could be a large retainer. That is the way I treat cold video audits at this point. At this point with a cold video audit, I'm not really going for lukewarm kind of prospects. I'm not going for medium-sized kind of prospects. I'm going for medium-sized to large-sized businesses that I probably use on a daily basis, businesses that I truly value and that I truly love and that ignite my passion. And those are the prospects that I'm reaching out to with a cold video audit. If 90% of those cold video audits don't convert, I'm not truly hurt, because if 10% convert, that 10% is worth more than the 90% of meetings that I have with warm video audits. Hope that makes sense, but that is the way I treat cold video audits at this point. I send out much fewer. If you're starting out, I recommend you do much more, but I send out around 7 to 10 cold video audits a week. And I make sure that the prospects that I'm reaching out to with those cold video audits are prospects that I would just absolutely love to work with and that would take my agency to the next level by the kind of referrals that we could get by just getting them incredible results, social proof, etc., etc. And so that is the fourth point that I want to keep in mind. And the final thing is that the introduction is everything. Most of your prospects that actually watch the video audit, they probably won't watch past 5 minutes. It's a bit of a shame because Loom does not give me the viewers analytics. I really wish it did. And if it does, and I just don't know, please let me know in the comments. But most of the views that you get on the video audit, they actually haven't watched the whole video audit. And even if they booked a call with you, I actually found out that they didn't even watch through till the end of the video. And so the reason why that's incredibly important is because the introduction is really what they're judging whether they like you or not, whether you could be of value to their business, and whether they actually want to jump on a call with you. So you really want to nail down the introduction, and it's not so much what you say, but how you say it. I've said this in past videos, but really bring an incredible energy to it. It's more about the way you carry yourself, the confidence that you use while you're recording the video, and really the confidence in which you say what you are saying. When it comes to actually the content that you want to say, cover what you guys do, your mission, establish rapport by making sure that you refer back to their company. Talk about some of the things that you have really respected, that you've seen, that you really admire. For example, their mission, what they're doing. For example, mention some of their competitors, or mention the fact that you are in that industry. Really convey that you know a lot about that industry. You really want to do that because that is the most important part of the video. And that is the final point for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like. It really helps out a ton with the algorithm, and I would really appreciate it. Also, leave down below any comments, any questions you may have on this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. I've got so much content coming out on entrepreneurship, 360 approach to SMMA with a specific focus on sales and outreach, and you're really not going to want to miss it. And as always, guys, hope everything's going well in your agency journey, and I'll speak to you in the next one. Peace.